Hi there, my name is Craig Taylor. I'm a Solutions Architect at HT2. I have designed, built and I'm facilitating a MOOC, a massive open online course that lasts for 12 months throughout 2016. Each month we look at a different tool, technology, platform that we think could have the potential for real impact within the L&D industry. They're tools and technologies that we think people should be paying more attention to and should be taking a closer look at. It's currently June 2016. We've just left behind May 2016, which means that we've just finished the proximity beacons level, a whole month looking at proximity beacons. The purpose of these videos is to offer some reflections from me as the designer and the facilitator. Sometimes the reflections are about the design themselves. Sometimes the reflections are about the actual tool and technology itself. And this video is briefly going to cover both of those, both from a design perspective and a subject matter perspective. From a design perspective, it kind of hit home this month that I probably structured this particular MOOC incorrectly, or I could have structured it better. We do have a beginning getting started level that everybody has to pass through, everybody has to complete that level, and then people can go wherever they want in the course and look at whatever subject they want in any order, assuming that that content has actually been made live and that level has gone live. I made the benchmark for that getting started level quite low. I set the pass mark for it, if not the right word, but I set the completion rate quite low. I made it quite easy for people to get through it and get stuck into the content. But some feedback I received this month suggests that even though that benchmark was quite low, people wanted to get to what it was that they needed. And you know what? They're absolutely right. I did it with all good intention. I did it because it kind of made sense that I wanted everyone to have a common definition at the beginning, that I wanted everyone to go through the same initial experience, introducing themselves to each other, and then they could move on and do what they wanted. So it kind of made sense to me why, and I still think those points are valid, but I can't argue with the feedback that people have been giving me that they just wanted to get on and do what it is that they wanted to do. So there's a point there for me in the future. Unless it's a linear course, unless it's absolutely necessary to have that getting started level, I think in the future I'll still have a getting started level, but I'll have it as part of a non-linear experience where actually people can go in any order and do anything that they want. If they want to go from left to right, top to bottom, as we tend to navigate, that's absolutely fine. If people want to start at the end and work their way forwards, backwards, that's absolutely fine as well. So a little point there from me from a design perspective. Looking at this from a subject matter perspective, towards the end of May, we had a brilliant hangout with Jeff Stead, who's an absolute guru and in my opinion, a real leading thinker around mobile and including Bluetooth, LE and that proximity beacons in that. And he made a really, really good point. He made the point that actually Bluetooth beacons are all around us. We actually probably carry them with us. I'm recording this on a phone right now. That's got a Bluetooth element in it that has the potential to be a beacon. I'm wearing a watch right now that links with my phone via Bluetooth. This has the possibility of being a proximity beacon. So he started to make me think that actually these beacons are not maybe as new as we think. If we rethink how we perhaps use our phones and wearables and things like that, maybe we've got a lot more beacons at our disposal than we might think of if we just look at them as an isolated piece of hardware. The other good point that Jeff made, and I'm going to link to his video from within this video, you should see a card appearing on one side of the screen about now. One good point he made was just using beacons to push out L&D type content is okay. It's a starting point, it's a foot in the door, but actually being able to use beacons for business purposes, for business data, to achieve business outcomes is a far more intelligent approach. And you know what? He's absolutely right. We talk, don't we, in L&D about making sure that what we do fits with the business, that we should be, singing off the same hymn sheet and all of those other cliches that make sense. and I think this makes sense as well. Why don't we look at using Bluetooth beacons to assist and improve and enhance what the business should be doing anyway? And there's been some really good examples of that coming up from the participants in the MOOC, rather than just using them as a way to push out our messaging. So a couple of reflections from me there. One about the design, two about the fact that we're probably already surrounded by beacons. We may just not be looking at them from that perspective, and also from the perspective that if we're going to use beacons, if we're considering them, don't just think about using them from our perspective. How can we help the business better use them as well? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in about a month's time. Cheers.